All right, guys, I have another editorial for you. It's in regards to Breonna Taylor. I'm going to give it to you right now before the day ends. But before I get to that, you need to understand something. When you do news or you do these news stories or these editorials, sometimes the information is fluid. So what you get when the story breaks, the information may be a little different tonight, tomorrow morning. It may be a little different by that afternoon. It may be, taking another curve. So sometimes the information is fluid. It changes throughout the day. When the story first broke, they said that the Wolf City, Texas police officer Sean Lucas had posted his $1 million bond. And maybe he did, or maybe he had tried to, but now he's got supporters. I don't know if you knew that, but now he is at Rockwall Jail. I don't know if it's Rockwall County. It's in Texas. Rockwall Jail is where he's being housed now on a $1 million bail. So he's in jail now, but they had reported that he had posted the bond, but now he's in jail at Rockwall. So that's the update on that he is in jail again. Of course, that Chauvin guy, he done paid his bail. But Sean Lucas out of Wolf City, Texas, who shot Jonathan Price, is back in jail. I don't have it, but if you Google it, do a little homework on your own. There is a new story out where they talk a little bit about it. There's an affidavit that states when Sean Lucas arrived there, he walked up and then Jonathan Price tried to shake his hand a few times, did a hand gesture like, hey, you doing good? You doing good? And then he wouldn't shake his hand or anything. And then when Jonathan Price tried to explain what happened, he thought, well, Jonathan Price is intoxicated. I'm detaining you. You're part of the fight. He goes, no, I'm not. No, you don't detain me. And this Lucas took it as a threatening gesture and tased him. I think he started to walk away first, like, no, you're not detaining me. And he got tased. He turned around and got shot in the upper torso. So it's kind of iffy what happened. A lot of people are going to support the cop and say, well, maybe he was coming after the cop. He tried to grab the taser, what have you. I'm not going to believe the cop's story because the Texas Rangers found enough evidence to have him arrested on murder charges. I mean, if this Jonathan Price had tried to grab the taser and tried to attack this Officer Lucas, the Texas Rangers wouldn't have did what they did. But the Texas Rangers found enough to get him arrested and charged with murder. I'm going to say that this cop did some hinky stuff. Moving on, let's get to Breonna Taylor. Thank you to WAS11, that's WHAS 11, for the story. 6 days after the death of Breonna Taylor, Detective Joshua Janes walked through what led to the execution of a search warrant at Taylor's home on March 13th. While the affidavit for the warrant said Janes verified with the Postal Inspector Service that suspect Jamarcus Glover had been receiving mail at Taylor's home, Janes said in an interview with Louisville Metro Police Department's Public Integrity Unit that he actually asked Jonathan Mattingly to verify because he worked with them on a daily basis. Janes said, quote, my name was on the search warrant because I probably had the most experience in that group of writing and drafting search warrants. In the Integrity Unit summary written in July, investigators described Janes' affidavit wording as misleading, saying given Janes' statement related to the information, it should be reviewed for criminal actions. When asked if it was his intent to mislead the judge, Janes said no. Janes said, quote, no, not at all. And like I said, I could have worded a little bit differently in there. He wrote that he had seen Glover picking up packages at Taylor's home before taking them to a known drug house on Elliott Avenue. Janes said, quote, through my investigation experience is that they get other people involved, and it's usually females. It's usually baby mamas or have a child in common, or it's girlfriends that they can trust. They can trust them with their money and their stuff, and that's where I believed the 3003 Springfield to be. No drugs, no money were found at Taylor's home the night she was killed. In his interview, James said even if he didn't include the postal information on the affidavit, he believed there still was enough evidence for probable cause to allow a search warrant to be executed on Taylor's apartment. He did, though, call the situation unnerving, saying he would have done some of the investigation a little bit differently, though he did not elaborate. Joshua James told investigators he believed Taylor's home was the place least likely to have something go wrong. He said, quote, "When I heard that, an officer got shot, my heart was in my throat at that time. And these are my warrants." James has been on administrative reassignment since June. So this stuttering monkey, he did this. Now, he said, did you intentionally mislead the judge on your search warrant? No, not at all. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Of course he misled. They wanted to go in and search for drugs and money, and they were confident they were going to find one or both of those in that home. They found neither. So, and this no-knock warrant, they couldn't just go knock on the door, police. And when they open the door, we have a search warrant. We're coming in, da-da-da. And then come in. They had to kick the door in. And people were saying, well, they yelled their name. Well, they this. Well, they that. They found no drugs. They found no money. Both of them were in bed. They come running into the hallway to see who the fuck just kicked in their front door. Walker thinks they just got home invaded. So he fires a shot. He doesn't know who's in his house. But you're going to get the bootlickers who say, well, this happened and the neighbor said that happened. Well, we've got a warrant that's misleading. We've got a cop that's a stuttering monkey. Sounds like Mel Tillis trying to give a testimony.
That's perfect.
A little kid who says, I can't talk. What do I do?
That's all, folks.
Come on, man. You really believe the cops on this one? You got a misleading warrant, a stuttering cop, and a cop that's being indicted. Okay, he was indicted for firing into the neighbor's house like a fucking idiot. But, boy, this is a tangled web that's been woven. And I want to know the untanglement of it. What is the truth? We need to know.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
What do you guys think is the truth? It's okay to give a theory. Do it in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos, that's law enforcement officers from coast to coast, every day.